It was a sold-out Saturday at Ravencrest Stadium. Fans were roaring, jerseys flying, nachos in hand, and the scoreboard blinked 24-17 in the final quarter. To most, it was just another big football game. But what happened behind the scenes would shake the city and remind everyone that respect has nothing to do with how someone looks and everything to do with who they are. Because that afternoon, a black man in jeans and a hoodie walked casually onto the field, and stadium security tried to remove him, unaware that the man they were dragging out was the owner of the team. The man's name was Jamal Whitaker. He didn't walk like a billionaire, didn't talk like one either, and most importantly, he didn't dress like one. No custom suit, no polished shoes, no entourage. Just a low-key black man with a clean beard, a notebook in his hand, and a pair of black Nikes. He stood on the sideline, scribbling quietly, watching, focused. That's when one of the security guards noticed him. Then another, and another. They looked at each other and nodded. Trespasser. One of the guards approached Jamal, already reaching for his radio. "Sir, this area is restricted. You need to move now." Jamal calmly looked up. "I have credentials." The guard, without asking for ID, waved over two more. "Let's not make this difficult," another said. "This section's for staff and authorized personnel only. Back to the seats." Jamal raised an eyebrow. "I am authorized." They didn't listen. They didn't look. They only saw his skin, his clothes, his calm tone. To them, he wasn't the owner. He was a problem. Before Jamal could say more, they grabbed his arm. He didn't resist. He didn't raise his voice. He simply said, "Please call General Manager Avery. Now!" The guards laughed. "Right, you know Avery." A few fans in the front row began to take notice. Phones came out. Cameras rolled. Still, security moved to escort him out, until one final voice cut through the chaos. "What the hell is going on here?" All heads turned. It was Avery Clark, the team's GM, a white woman in her mid-40s, sharp, assertive, and widely respected. She looked furious. "Take your hands off him. That's your boss." The silence was instant. The guards froze. Avery stormed down the steps, snatched the walkie from one guard hand, and repeated louder, "This is Jamal Whitaker. He OWNS this stadium. He OWNS this team. Let him go." The guards let go immediately. Faces drained to color. Jamal didn't yell, didn't gloat, didn't even glare. He simply dusted off his jacket and nodded. "Now you see me." Jamal Whitaker wasn't born into wealth. He grew up on the east side of Baltimore. Single mom, 2 siblings, no father in the picture. He worked through college, hustled through night shifts, and built a data analytics company from his tiny dorm room. Years later, he sold it for over $1.2 billion. Instead of buying jets or islands, he bought something that mattered to him. The Ravencrest Hawks, the team he grew up watching with his mom on an old box TV. And when he bought them, he promised himself something. "I'm not buying this team to be seen. I'm buying it to change how people are seen." The video went viral. Security tries to remove team owner from his own field. Millions watched. Some were angry. Some were embarrassed. Others just nodded, because they'd been there too. Misjudged, doubted, dismissed based on appearance, not merit. The stadium issued a public apology. So did the security firm. But Jamal? He didn't post a long thread. He didn't call anyone out by name. Instead, he made a statement with action. The following game, Jamal walked onto the field during halftime, mic in hand. Crowd silent. He spoke clearly. "I'm not here to cancel anybody. I'm here to teach everybody. Because what happened last week doesn't start at the stadium. It starts in schools, in offices, on sidewalks. It starts with how we see each other and how fast we judge what we don't understand." The crowd erupted, but he wasn't done. So starting today, Ravencrest will fund a new internship program for young men and women of color to learn the business of sports ownership, management, and leadership. Because I may be the first black man to own this team, but I won't be the last. Jamal's story sparked something bigger. ESPN picked it up. So did Forbes. not for scandal, but for transformation. He was invited to speak at universities, leadership summits, and even Congress. But he kept showing up at the same place every week. The field. No entourage. No ego. Just a notebook. And that same black hoodie. One of the security guards who had tried to remove him, his name was Eric. He was 28, a veteran, had grown up in a different part of town. After the incident, he requested a private meeting with Jamal. They sat in the owner's box, face to face. Eric apologized. Sincerely, Jamal didn't lecture. He didn't scold. He asked Eric one question. How many people have you been misjudged by? Eric answered quietly, too many. Jamal nodded. Then you understand. So next time, look twice, because you never know who you're pushing out or what they're capable of building. Today, Jamal's program has over 150 interns across the country, young men and women learning how to own the table, not just get a seat at it. He says his mission isn't about football. It's about rewriting expectations, about making sure the next time a black man walks onto the field, nobody assumes he's out of place. Because greatness doesn't come with a dress code, and respect isn't earned by looking the part. It's earned by being the part long before anyone notices. They tried to remove him from his own field. They didn't see his face, his presence, his purpose. But now, they can't unsee it. Because Jamal Whitaker didn't just own the team. He owned the moment, and he used it to remind the world. Never judge a leader by the clothes they wear. Judge them by the future they build.